Welcome to this video about Icinga web development. My name is Marcus, I'm a consultant at Netways, and in this video I will show you how to create your own themes for Icinga web. Alright, let's get started. So in the previous videos we created our own module, which we have active. Let's double check. Modules training, it's active, it's enabled. And we created some CSS and some controllers. And now we will extend that module to also include a theme. Yeah, this theme will be a corporate theme. I will just use my own company's corporate design. Our boss is very strict, so let's make him happy by creating a corporate design. So for that, I already created an image folder which contains some logos and an image for a background which we can use and just some logos. So you can just create this folder and place your images. Then you can reference them in the theme. So let's get started. Let's create a new folder under the CSS folder. Let's call it themes because that's what it needs to be called. And let's create a file. Let's call it corpo.less and say this is our and save. Let's check out the themes. So we have the Icinga default theme, and we have a colorblind and a high contrast theme, which are shipped with Icinga Web. And now you can see we have a new theme here, which is inside our module, which is called training. So whatever your module is called, that's what the name before the slash will be. And then the file name will just be the theme name. So if you have multiple themes, you would see multiple entries here. So let's check it out. It changes to dark because my browser was set to use the light theme, and we don't have a light theme in our new theme. So let's see how we can fix that. So these are the colors we're going to use. We are using less here, so not like pure CSS, but the extension. So we can use variables like this with the @ symbol in front. And now what we can do is we can override existing variables. For example, we can override the Icinga blue, which is one of the core colors used in the Icinga web theme. And we just override it with our blue, for example. Let's save that. It should be very small change. You maybe saw the color change. For fun and for testing, it's always good to see if it works. Let's use hot pink. And save and reload. And you see the colors changed here on the buttons. So these buttons obviously use the Icinga blue. So that works. Let's use the Netways blue. It's good. And let's set some other colors as well. So we are going to use the main background color, the main active background color, so if something is active and selected, and the body background color. So how do I know these exist? So you should probably check out the Icinga web folder, the Icinga web code. It also has a CSS themes folder, and inside there are all these definitions. So you can check out the existing color definitions and then override them. Let's save and reload. Let's see what's happening. So yeah, it looks a bit different. We used our own colors. That's nice, that's good, that's a good start. But I think we can go a little bit further by changing the logo. So as cool as the Icinga logo is, we need to use our own logo because, you know, corporate policy, don't argue with it. And now I just override the container for the header logo. How do I know that? I know it, but usually you can find out by using your browser's dev tools and selecting whatever you need to change or what you want to change. And I can see here this is the header logo container And this one I want to change, so let's save that. You know what, let's keep that open. And that looks good. Now we have our company logo here, so boss will be happy. It's a bit large, let's fix that. So we can use a bit of padding to adjust the size. Let's do that. Let's see if that works. Yeah, it's a bit smaller. We can go crazy here, but let's not. This looks nice, I think. Next, if we fold that in, we can see it's still the small icon here, which is nice, but let's use our own company's logo. We do that by, again, just changing stuff which already exists. So we override the mobile menu logo with our own logo. And we probably also need this one here. So here I'm just saying, like, if it's a minimal layout and the sidebar is collapsed, then use the small logo. All right, let's save and see if that works. Yeah, looks good. And now if we change, it's the big logo, and now it's a small logo. Creating themes is usually like this. You just select whatever elements you want to change and then change them accordingly. You can use everything the less library has to offer. For example, we can use the parent selector, I think it's called. So you can use this and symbol to use the parent that you are referencing here. So you have a selector here, and then you can say, oh, if it's inverted, then use this block, this CSS block, for example. So here, for example, if it's inverted, I can change the image in case I need it here. All right, this should already change the login page. Let's have a look. So let's have another browser tab open. Test. So this is not working. So it should already be another logo here, but it's not. Why is that? Usually it's the case, or it happens to me a lot. So here I set the user's preferences. So this is my user. So now my theme is changed, but that does not change the application's theme. So when I check it here, it's still the default theme. So let's change it for the application. And let's see what happens if I reload. That looks good. Now it's our logo here. It's still the background, but that's fine for now. We can also change that. But just keep in mind the default theme is the one that the users have by default. So if you change it here for your user, that does not affect everybody. All right, I want this also to look a bit more similar. Let's do that. For that, I am using the login container. And let's just say I want to use this nice little wave we have now on the website. And we want to change the buttons a little bit. So here again, I use this parent selector. So it's the input button, and it's the input button when it's in focus or when I hover over it. So let's clean this up a bit because I like things to look nice. Save and reload. That looks good. So we now have this cool wave and our logo, and the hover is a bit different. So you can actually, again, if you want to test that, let's check it out. Background color, always use hot pink. That looks hot pink, I think. Yep, that's fine. And save. So I think that looks very nice. We can clean up a bit more if you want to. You could, for example, remove these. So let's just give it a visibility hidden. Let's reload. And now it's a bit cleaner. You could also remove these if you want to. It's just a matter of hiding them with the visibility. And now if I log in, should see the same. Yeah, looks good. Very nice. Now, I still like to have a light theme. I know that some people like it dark. I like it light sometimes. Let's see. So I can't even select them here. This is because our theme does not know about them yet. So we don't have settings for that yet. So we can't even select them. So let's change that. And how we do that is by let's scroll down here. Let's have it at the top. I think it's nicer. So we're gonna add a new context here, which we call light mode. And in its root context, we're gonna override the variables. So when we are in light mode, we want to use different colors for the background, and we want to change the logo a bit. So this will tell the CSS style to use white and another highlighting for the body and the menu background color. And once we have this in our theme, we should be able to, or we are able to select light and dark theme. We are able to switch then. And for the logo, which is currently white now, I want to change its brightness. So I'm going to use a filter here to change the logo to look different. So I can do whatever here. So I can go crazy and write really complex rules. I'm just going to keep it simple. And I want to show you that once you have this in your theme, did I save already? We should be able to select, let's reload. And now we're able to select different styles or modes here. So let's check out the light theme. And yeah, that works. It looks very similar to the original theme, so the original default theme, just because it's complex to get things right here, so colors need to match. So I don't want to go crazy. I just wanted to look a bit different. We now have the logo here, and if I switch, actually we can go to System and then use the browser to change. So that looks nice. I think it looks good. Save to preferences, and yeah, boss will be happy, and I'm probably gonna get a raise. I'm very sure. So yeah, that's it. So we just created a new theme by creating a folder. We created a file in the folder and added some images here in another folder, and that's basically it. So yeah. Now we have a new theme, and we can style the web site however we want. If you want to learn more, check out the module, the training module, which has a lot more details and has all these code snippets available for you. So check out the module and check out the other videos, which are more detailed on how to create custom styles and how to create your own module. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. Bye.